back into Villa, Monkey. I can't wait for it.
Me neither, Dev. Me neither. Villa it's not really where I thought we'd end up, but here we are.
Indeed we are. Fnatic and Oddity going head-to-head for a spot in the semi-finals, the last spot in the semi-finals. We've seen 3 matches so far in the quarters, and for each one of those matches, it's been the more LAN experienced team who's taken the game. This is Oddity's first LAN. Fnatic we've seen at just about everything over the last 2 years. If the pattern continues, Fnatic will hold their crown and defend this one, but Oddity have so much to prove, and they're eager to get started.
Can they break the mold? And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe every team that's played on the left-hand side of the stage has won.
I haven't actually noticed which side of the stage they're on, but I think you might be right, yeah. So I guess that favors Fnatic as well.
Yeah. Oof.
All right, let's get into the bans then. So it's going to be Oddity taking out both the GEO operators, Jackal and Mira. So Jackal allowing for a lot more flexibility on their roaming defense. We know that's something that Oddity like to do. Definitely a possibility on a map like Villa, so expansive you can play that roam game. We've also seen the Mira utilized a lot by Fnatic, just a personal comfort pick from Lusty, and there are a lot of viable Mira strats on Villa, so it makes sense. The most surprising ban to me here would be the Maverick.
Yeah, it's not normally a hard breach that you see banned out, but that kind of tells me that teams are going to be relying heavily on a bandit trick or a K trick.
Yeah, sounds about right. Now, defensive start for Fnatic. The Clash out of the gate.
Sixth pick onto, in fact. I was not expecting it to be stuck.
I've seen Clash utilized before, mostly on Aviator. You can hold down 90 quite nicely with a Clash, but here on the stat tree bomb site.
Was that the pulse shotgun that I just saw?
Specker.
Oh, no.
I was going to say,
I need to check my eyes. You know, I wear glasses for a reason.
It's all right. What you need to do is, you're Warden, right? Just flick on the watch, you'll see through the smoke.
Oh, okay. Is that it? There's a haze in front of me. But yes, Specker is the one I think I just want to keep an eye on and see how he's doing with the roster. We can see him bobbing around his mouse there. He is keen. He's fired up.
Specker was telling me yesterday, as soon as I get that first kill, I'm right. We won the series. As soon as I get that first kill, I've got my confidence back and we're getting to it. For those who don't realize, Specker has been on the bench for months.
An exact time I could not tell you, but it has been a while.
It has been such a long time. And I'm sure people are wondering, is he rusty? You know, what does it take to get yourself back in the game? And Specker needs to find that confidence in himself, just like we need to see it and redeem our confidence in him.
Well. As for this attacking lineup, nothing too strange. I suppose the gridlock's coming out, but we're seeing the gridlock brought quite a lot for a utility with a super shorty. Kind of like that buck replacement with the track stingers to watch those flanks.
Watching those flanks is what God Legion will begin. Claymore down as Oddity do take the south side control of the map, gradually making their way forwards.
It's just interesting to me that they are forgoing frag grenades full stop. Like, I would personally almost prefer a buck than the gridlock. Thoughts?
The gridlock is, I guess, just a way to help with that flank watch a little bit more. Also, you got the smokes if you grab the gridlock, which is always just a nice little added boon. But, of course, when Oddity do eventually progress towards the landing, they will have to deal with this clash. There are also 2 players downstairs roaming. Oddity will have to deal with those if they wish to plant, as all of the bomb site floor is destructible.
3 players, in fact. We've also got the Rizraz on Ella. So just Magna and Lusty on site. So if Oddity could do a bit of a smash and grab here, they could be pretty successful.
And of Magna and Lusty, only one of them has a good primary gun, right? Lusty got that shield up. So it's really up to Magnet to find these engagements if it comes down to that on the objective, or the other Fnatic players to start making a rotate back to site. Minute 20 though, Lusty does spot out some of the players making an entry. Specker's gonna get a big one, surely C4 goes up. God Legion finds the entry frag, but there's the refrag. Specker's first kill in the series.
First one for Fnatic too, as they are making their way onto the bomb site. Oddity gonna try and start getting that plant down. Is there more denial? God Legion to shoot Lusty in the back. Gonna see Rizraz get aggressive, but they are falling like flies. It is all up to Virtue now in the 1-on-4 retake.
So much time to play with. 4 players to find. God Legion so low, but he won't get past Vast. The captain of Oddity closes out that first round, and we're up to an explosive start. God Legion is hyped, and we're ready for a match, Monkey.
I'm loving this crowd. You guys good?
Good stuff, guys. I mean, I'm loving the hype from the players. I don't know exactly what God Legion said when he won that round. I don't really think we should know on the broadcast, but I like the energy at the very least.
I am a bit puzzled by Fnatic's strat there, right? 3 players downstairs.
I think that the problem for me, 3 players downstairs because they're expecting Oddity to try to clear it out, right? Virtue and Rizraz, they didn't have C4 or anything. Their job was to protect Specker.
Yeah.
But he used his C4 just on one player to get a pick, rather than to deny the plant.
Yep.
And the only player on site who had a rifle up was Magnet. So all of the fragging and defending on site came down to him. Maybe you need at least one more player on the objective, because by the end of it, Oddity filed on in, cleared out the bomb site, and they had sight.
They weren't even holding on to Astronomy, right? Like, we saw Lusty get shot in the back as the clash. I don't know, it just seems a bit strange from Fnatic. I'm expecting a bit of a change here as they do change bomb site.
Keep the clash, though.
Keep the clash.
Not sure exactly what's going on with these strats from Fnatic, but hey, I love to be proven wrong.
Or you love to see something new, don't you?
I do,
Something
yeah.
fresh.
It's better when it works, right? But there's still plenty of time for Fnatic to step up with the clash. Specker moving on to the Mozzie from the Pulse. I love how much play we see the Burnt Horizon operators getting. A great example of an operator that's come in and not, made waves and changed, revolutionized the meta, but just fitted in so perfectly.
We'll touch on that in a second. I just want to talk about that first round that Oddity played. They played it very simple. Do you reckon that's probably the optimal way to play on your first LAN in your first round? They played it simple, whereas Fnatic were expecting complex, and it worked perfectly for Oddity.
Nail on the head, mate, Monkey. Just start it up, get your confidence building, simple stuff, work from there. If you need to make an adaptation, do so. Both of these teams have very competent coaches behind them. Dizzle for Fnatic and Raven for Oddity. If we do end up getting to a close match, I have no doubts we'll see tactical pauses where the coaches start to jump in. If they're not talking to the players, they'll be reinforcing the conversation, making sure we see some adaptation.
Well, Lusty going to be trying to use that shield. Magnet also going to be using that to try and get some kills off of.
Poor man's mirror window. But, oh, okay, I like this. Red thermite charge on the floor. That's likely to open up a low hole in the ground. Specker's C4 utilized and wasted as no kills are netted for Fnatic, and that's his plant denial as well. No more C4s on the board for the boys in orange.
Magnet did get a kill, though, on to the gridlock. I think we were hearing some track stingers spread, but we're not going to be seeing any more.
All smoke potential gone for Oddity. Lots of time and a lot of ground taken for Oddity, but they've got to decide what is their next move here. They don't have control of the south hallway. Specker spotted in the long angle, but Vast deals as much as he takes for that one. Hibana tries to finish off the hole. Not sure if that's crouchable. Looks like it just might be an entry, but Magnet's likely to win anyone. Tries to push on through.
Virtue also going to find one of his own. So just 3 members of Oddity remaining here with 55 seconds to play with. Still all of Fnatic to be found in Vast. How does he miss that? But Specker to follow one up.
Great placement of this deployable shield here for Specker. He plays patient now. He knows the attackers have to flush him out, and Magnet cleans up the last of them on site. Fnatic with the round equalizing to reply.
Do you reckon Virtue just looked kind of shocked that they won that round?
Oh, all right, guys.
They had that in the bag. I don't know. Maybe I'm just misreading his facial expression. Spec has started hot, though.
It's good on him. Maybe missed one of his C4s, but rotated to a good position and steady aim in that spot. Magnet's also doing a good job with the Elder. It's hard not to, right?
Oh, yeah. It's bullet hose. You aim in general direction, click, you frag.
Vast on Ashe, eh? Anyhow, we'll see Fnatic go down to Kitchen. 6-pick off of the clash. Vast on this Ashe. Yeah, surely that's a 6-pick. There we go. So, Vast is a much more of a supported player. I wouldn't really expect to see him on, if we're seeing an Ashe, it's going to be God Legion.
And more of the fact that we were going to have the Ashe and the Zofia was a bit of a surprise. So.
Going down to Kitchen now, likely to be seeing some kind of extended hold from Fnatic. It looks like Specker enabling some play around the library side. But we also see some hold upstairs, I have no doubt. Specker also, with his Legion Mines, they just excel at extending your map control and passive information gathering. If you see your Legion mines haven't been destroyed yet, you know that no one's come through that pathway. If they are destroyed and you hear it going off, well, you know that someone's coming from that direction. You're ready to face your gun up, take that fight.
Sometimes they can be a false positive, though. Sometimes someone can just sneak past one. It happens.
It's very difficult to judge, right? But still, very good piece of utility holding that top floor. We have so much information gathering here for Fnatic, right? Mozzie, Valk, and of course the Legion. Quite a far roam as well. If Oddity can identify swiftly that there is only one player on site, that's Magnet, then they may well be able to make a quick push of it.
Well, that's what we saw in the very first round. It was just the 2 players on site, and I like to say it, smash and grab, right? Just get on in, open up, and start the plant.
It worked for them as well, but it looks like Oddity will repeat the method they've been going for so far, following the recipe, I suppose. Drone out, take control, cover flanks. And it's a nice theory, but it's predictable. And Fnatic are a team who love to counter-strat, who love to start to identify what you're doing and find a way to counter that.
You can say it's predictable and such, Dev, but that's how you play Siege. That is how Rainbow Six is meant to be played and is, you know, how it's most successful when done properly.
Agreed, but at the same time, if you can identify that Fnatic are investing so much utility off-site and decide to hard push site, take it away from them, then you can certainly, it can be beneficial instead of going for that kind of staple hold.
Ooh. Ping's coming on out, trying to get the wall bang there from Vinny. He's done some damage to Lusty. In fact, he's almost dead. He's going to drop back to site and somehow still be alive.
A lot of damage taken, though, on the Oddity side. Magnet now decided to go off onto a roam. Specca still playing aggressive. Still a lot of information for Fnatic upstairs. Rizraz is now the man on site. Lusty not far off. Looks like Magnet and Specca decide to play a little bit safer, return closer to the bomb site, go downstairs, not spend too much longer upstairs.
You can see what Fnatic were trying to do. They're trying to take it far away from the bomb site, kind of give it to Oddity and then retake. But they've changed their mind for some reason.
Oddity are opening up the floor above, trying to find these picks onto the objective. Time is ticking away. Not sure exactly where the push is coming from overall from Oddity. They're just starting to open holes onto the objective and try to flush out these positions. But Magnet is at prime flank position. Can he find the player? Fast goes down. IQ off the board upstairs. Another one for Magnet. Perfect. Ooh. On the Valkyrie. Surely not a third. Vinny finally trades him back. It's a 2-on-2. 25 left.
They left the diffuser upstairs. Oddity just jumped down without grabbing us. They're going to have to frag on out here. Specca making sure he has an angle into the bomb site, and now they've realized their diffuser mistake. They need to go for these kills. There's going to be one down there by Specca, all up to Todd with 10 seconds to go.
Surely nothing that Todd can accomplish here. 2 players, they are close nearby, but you're not going to win this, Todd. Surely not. They know you're not planting, and Fnatic win the round on time.
Big mistake there, Dev.
So what can you do?
Not leave the diffuser upstairs.
Oddity are playing this overall top floor roam clear from south to north. When you get north, they're not watching their flanks enough, which allows Magnet to go for a 3K, 2K upstairs. And they didn't identify that information on site, that there was no one playing.
Where's the drone? This is simple, basic stuff. Should be a drone watching. There was some dead members on Oddity. They've got no excuse.
Now we return to Trophy. It is the one objective that Oddity has won so far, and Lusty will 6-pick onto the clash, retrying this strategy again. So it looks like this these new roles seem to be fitting for Fnatic. I mean, it's early days, of course, but Magnet, he was playing that hard support. He's been fragging out. He was playing that hard support system, so he's happy to just sit on site with the bullet hose, as you call it, and mow down players who approach him. No doubt there's a lot of comms.
That's the Ace's role, wasn't it?
Exactly,
on the Maestro, yeah.
Exactly. There's a lot of comms that we can't perceive, obviously, as we don't have the player audio, player comms. And that'll be a huge part of Magnet's role. But as well, on the Valkyrie, he was playing site that previous round, and when needed, move off site, default back to what Magnet's more familiar with, that evasive roam flank style play that we've seen him do in the past for Fnatic. That came naturally to him, and so he could easily flex back into that role.
It's the old Magnet getting all his kills by shooting players that aren't looking at him.
That's my strat.
Yeah, I said it.
That's my strat. I don't want to take a gunfight. I want to shoot people in the back. I got the door. So what are Oddity going to have to do here? Last time they attacked this, they just did the same thing and went for map control from south to north. And
they won it, though.
They did, because Fnatic were roaming 3 players downstairs. And I don't think they're going to make that same mistake again. They know that Oddity aren't hard pushing downstairs to clear out that pulse.
It seems like Lusty and Magnet look like they want to work together more as a team.
Nice!
And, Magnet is going to save Lusty's life, but are they going to get the revive on through? God Legion, good night.
A lovely shot for Magnet. Been showing up so far for the roster. Surely this trade isn't possible. Vast really wants it, but Lusty is safe for now. He's likely to spot out Magnet, though. Vast doesn't peek wide enough, and Magnet finds another one.
Oh, no.
Vast, you've got to cover your teammates, and Fnatic are looking so good right now with those 2 early picks. Todd comes in from behind for one, but still a lot of effort expended and not too much ground gain. Things are starting to look up, though, for Oddity as they redeem themselves with yet another kill.
You know, I was about to say the Oddity are looking very flustered, but this has been a great stabilization from Red and Todd, putting us into the 3-on-3.
Always looking for that refrag. A great idea from Oddity to be persistent on that, but there is Virtue still downstairs. Holes in the floor. Anyone pushing too aggressive through the bathroom will be exposed. Anyone tries to flush out Virtue downstairs, they'll be exposed from the Legion Mines. But another site pick. Magnet down. He'll have to sit on cam. Surely this plan doesn't work. Nice shot, Specker. 2 left now. Virtue needs to rotate upstairs. It's the duo, the OG duo, Specker and Virtue to retake.
2v2. Plant is down, so it is in Oddity's favor, but these two have been known to go nuts before. Vast will rip their head off one and Red the other. No question about it. Oddity take that round and put it in the bag.
We're getting into the game, Monkey. We've got 2 apiece now.
2 apiece.
This is exactly what we asked for. A real competition here, Oddity and Fnatic. And we're starting to see these teams both learning. Every time there was a flustered moment, Oddity started to redeem themselves.
Yeah, Magnet gave his position away there and died for it. You know, I was thinking 2v2 plant down, you'd think you'd favor Oddity, but Specker and Virtue, we've seen them before, but Oddity remains strong. It was nice to see. AVG though. Yeah,
heading back to AVG, heading back with the clash. There's a point where Oddity will start to learn. You can see.
Oh, sorry, you finished.
No, you go.
I was going to say, why do you think teams have adopted this philosophy of they move every round no matter what? Bomb site.
You think that's what Fnatic's doing? Although they have, but I mean they had to move when they won them, right?
Yeah, but when they lost trophy, they didn't try and re-attempt it at all.
I think it's just, if it was me, it's as simple as, we don't have time to try and fix the issues right now, so let's just go, we know this one's pretty good, let's try that.
It's been happening all day anyway as well, Dev. Like, very rare that we see the same bomb site defended twice in a row, no matter who's won it.
Game start of the day, we did see quite a few re-attempted, but it didn't always work. We saw one team try 3 times in a row on the same site, didn't work.
Oh, yeah. That was an interesting moment.
Yeah, well, gotta say interesting, do you? Anyhow, let's talk about what I'm seeing in this round. Downstairs in living, reinforcements for Specker inside a library. That's it shows that there's a heavy investment from Fnatic. In fact, so far the theme of Fnatic's roam has been vertical play. They've always been on the opposite floor to the objective, ready to utilize that C4, ready to utilize that pressure, and it actually hasn't been that impactful. They've gotten 1 or 2 kills from it, but overall it hasn't made the difference in the rounds.
And it's been all about Specker as well. I wonder if this is maybe they're trying to put him on a role that's going to be fairly easy to do without much coordination with the team required, or if you know, maybe they are digging deep into the strap book and this is something they've prepared.
I think that they're giving Specker the opportunity to have a little bit of agency, go and do what he wants to do downstairs. Yep. Obviously, he's still part of the team and he needs to be part of the comms and needs to be reactive when there are calls. But I do think that giving him some freedom so he can show off what he can do.
Yep, giving him that opportunity. I think it's a good shake-up for the team, but it's also one of those moments where I think, like, is this the stage that you want to try this on?
It's a great question. We'll have to be questioning them when the results come through. Red hasn't checked the corner. Rizra has an exposed spot, but Red's also exposed. God Legion there to help his brother out.
That was close.
Both of them very low, taking a huge amount of damage. Not terrible for Rizraz. Oddity still have a lot of work to do, but they got so much time to make it happen.
Yeah, minute 20. Just taking control of 90. I believe they'll be opening up into Vault. Spec up.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Just playing from the stairs. Seeing what he can see, but I think Oddity have slowed this down quite a bit without that HP. All right, so here we are, Vault. That's where they're focusing from.
Open up an entrance into Vault, but if you walk in, you're heading into a crossfire. Lusty has a lot of information, and that taser will do a lot of damage. Magnet on the flank, 3 kills for Magnet. What a big play here on the Maestro. That bullet hose works wonders. It's just Vinny left. What can he do? Walking into a crossfire. Finds 2. All right, that's a nice start then, mate.
Surely he can't win this, right? Magnet prone right around the corner, but he's going to give away his position too early. Vinny goes for the pistol, however. He has to get the reload on out. And that Legion one. Is that going to be the sign to push? No. Fnatic just playing this nice and safe.
No time to go. Vinny has to clutch up, and that's going to make it a bit difficult. Hey, the Magnet claims his 4th for the round.
I must know, Dev. Who was watching the hallway?
No one.
No one.
That was it. No one. Who was meant to be watching the hallway? That's a question that I'm sure Raven's going to be asking the boys later.
This is the second time Magnet's been able to do something like that. It's, I want to see Oddity succeed here, but that's a big glaring flaw in their plan there.
And if they don't fix that, Fnatic are going to know, hey, just peeking them down a hallway they should be watching, that works. So let's keep doing that. Let's keep making that happen. Keep making moves and disrupting these attacks from Oddity. That said, 2 attacks so far on Villa, that's actually not bad. Not a bad spot spot to start from.
Especially with how defensive-sided we have seen Villa be in the past. It's so big, gives the defenders so much agency.
So we've seen a little bit of Fnatic's new roles, and we've also seen quite a bit of the crowd. You guys have been filling out the stage. Fantastic to see so much support for these guys on the stage here at the Six Masters in Margaret Court Arena.
Final round of the half.
We're going to head an even split, or will we see Fnatic steam ahead? They'll head back to Kitchen. They won this one last time. In fact, Oddity have only won Statuary and Trophy.
Yeah, that's true, isn't it? Although both times they've won it, it's been Fnatic doing something a bit interesting.
We're going to keep saying interesting when we're saying when we want to be subtle and say something negative without sounding negative.
Yeah, well, it was probably a strat that didn't work, so I'm going to call it stupid.
Okay, fair call, fair call. It's just, look, we mean the same thing, right, both times. It's just that we're going to get roasted less for saying.
I'm sure there's something I'm not seeing that Dizzle will be like, no, there's a reason why they do this. But
no doubt. Dizzle's always got a reason.
End of the day, it didn't work. And it was honestly the first time rather easy for Oddity.
So this top floor, the bane for the Oddity attack was that flank from Magnet. We saw Magnet deploying quite a few cameras earlier to enable that information gathering. Lusty, no doubt, as well. With the hacked drones, we'll be able to cover as much of the map as possible, especially the bomb site. Last time we noticed, Fnatic didn't have a very strong presence on the objective. Oddity didn't capitalize upon that. Oh, nice idea. Pre-placed C4 for Mag. Doesn't find a thing.
I think it denied the thermite charge, perhaps.
I think it was just in the doorway from bathroom to master. I don't know about the thermite charge. We do have the mute jammers potentially making that a bit more difficult, but Vast has got an aggro. He's all the way inside of Statuary. This heavy hold inside of Astro is not working out. Vast finds the opening pick. Virtue knows he's in a pickle, wants to get out of there, but he doesn't want to go without finding a kill. Spraying on down. Lusty as well, still here, going to drop down the hatch. Virtue surely piecing out soon as well, but no, he's desperate for one of these kills. Eventually, Fnatic do default though.
Yeah, Oddity, like, you have your pre-fires. I'm just going to let you fall back at your own pace. And there's Magnet once again. Thorn in the side. I don't think they expected him on the red stairs, and he struck.
So the basic strat here for the attacking team, take control of top floor, open up the floor onto the bomb site, using those line of sights, kill everyone on the bomb site, go onto the bomb site, win. But we saw as soon as they're not effectively killing the people on the bomb site, for one, it's taking them a long time to clear out top floor. By the time they get down there, there's no time left, and Fnatic are all just off-site downstairs. Then they go for the retake. It's been a very efficient strategy so far.
Yeah, we definitely really need to see Fnatic start holding,
Attackers have dropped the bomb.
Oddity start holding their flanks a bit more and letting their opponents get aggressive, just like this. Magnet has just been walking up and finding kills that he should not all night so far.
He's in such an exposed position if he gets droned out. Lusty's covering the entrance in from the thermite wall. Diffuser is down on the ground. Magnet surely needs to be droned here, otherwise he can deal so much damage. He's in such an aggressive position, but
He just wants to go again.
find this peek, goes for a pre-fire, reveals his position, surely not going to make this work. It's still possible. Is anyone watching? What are you doing, Red? How does that happen? There's a trade, though. And Virtue's the last man standing. We know him in these clutch situations. He makes it happen. Vast needs to find this plan. So low on HP, it's God Legion who's got to cover. He picks himself up, using Withstand. Plant goes down, confirmed. Up to Oddity to close this out, and we end the half. Even Stevens, 3-3.
3-3, Dev. I don't think anyone expected it to be that close when you're attacking on Villa.
I definitely didn't think so. When Magnet was in such an aggressive position, but Oddity desperate, always reactive, finding those kills. I really like the strategies we've seen from Fnatic playing into the weaknesses that they've identified of Oddity. But Oddity are patching up those holes, fixing the leaky ship one by one.
Fixing the leaky ship. I like that, Dev. And now it's Oddity's turn to defend. Is this where we see Fnatic struggle?
There's going to be quite... roles on defense are very different to roles on attack.
Yep.
We saw Magnet, right? He's meant to be hard support, but he could very quickly rotate off and go into this kind of heavy roam position. Roles on attack, well, if you got your hard support and he dies early, then he can't drone the rest of the team, and that's his primary role, is droning, right?
Yep.
So this is really going to be a spotlight on Specca and Virtue. Magnet's 14-4.
And Specca's 6, and there's only one other kill for Fnatic.
So this is, I said it was going to be the Virtue and Specca show. This is the Specca and Magnet show.
This is the, whoa, show.
Yeah, it's
Magnet, more like Swagnet, because he is Fnatic right now. Hard support, by the way, Dev.
yeah, hard support. Maybe Fnatic are just trolling me. They're sick of me putting them down as predictions for these global events and cursing them with my predictions. That are they just going to lie to me about all their role changes?
That's like
no, I mean, let's be real. Magnet is playing support. It's just that he's fragging out on support.
That's 2.3 kills per round. You want to multiply that by 2 to say, you know, they've only won 3 rounds, so it's only half. He's getting, well, pretty much every kill here, every impactful frag.
Oh, what an angle for God. We know he does this all the time, though. On VODs, you see him doing this all the time. So this is an easy pre-fire Fnatic if they have droned Oddity. God Legion loves his bullet holes, especially on that spot in Statuary.
I love this bait and switch here, right? God Legion tries to draw the attention away, and Todd's up close, ready to take the fight, but I think Fnatic may have discovered it.
So we didn't mention, but it is a kitchen defense first up for Oddity. What they had just successfully attacked in the previous rounds. They've got the castle to delay some time upstairs. Specca keen on this entry. Magnet going to cover the flanks using the Nomad. So far, a lot of ground taken for Fnatic, but still a lot of work to do. Lusty finds that first pick. God Legion down.
That's Lusty getting off the board as well. That's his first kill. Just to remind everyone about the Oddity we saw on the scoreboard earlier.
That's top floor control taken now for Fnatic. Magnet's going to do opening up these angles upstairs, which he can cover rotations back onto the site. Corners red a little bit. Fnatic now with plenty of time, minute and 30, to open up the floor and start to kill anyone on the objective. They're also being a lot more vigilant watching their flanks than Oddity were. You see Rizraz rotating off the flank watch. They also have the Nomad to assist.
Yep.
Not going to get caught off guard like they did for Oddity.
Well, are they going to find any of these picks through the floor? And at what point do you decide, okay, guys, we have to start pushing the bomb site? Ideally, you want to clear out the spots that are going to deny where you want to plant. So that's going to be their first port of call. But, oh, Todd, he's going to be trying to do a Magnet here.
He's keen on this flank, but Magnet is actively watching. There are also, of course, the Nomads. Magnet fully committing, holding this angle down the long hallway. There's no way that Todd can commit without taking this gunfight. Rizraz also to find one on red, so the bomb site being opened up now. A lot of work to be done. Todd needs to find this fight. Now he's just telegraphing his position. Surely he loses this to Magnet. And indeed he does. Now one side to Fnatic collapse through the kitchen side. Vast to jump in the game to kick things off. 30 seconds left, still so much time for Magnet and the rest of Fnatic to collapse. Specker on the refrag, pushing into bomb side. It's just Vinny left and he's gone. Fnatic win their first attack.
Well, you know, I was thinking that, you know, starting out on going to defense for Oddity, it was going to be a lot easier and Fnatic were going to start to struggle. But Fnatic, they were isolating their opponents and taking them down one by one.
This is the Magnetage.
Magtage.
Yeah, sorry, that works a lot better. The Magtage. This is all Magnet because this has been the Magnet game so far. Fnatic in their attacks demonstrated so much more thoroughness compared to what we saw from Oddity. Covering those flanks was instrumental in preventing the plays from the Oddity guys.
And it's not like Magnet's been hitting super nuts shots. It's just they've been giving themselves up to him almost. Sacrificial lamb to the Mag God.
That's it. So we're pretty happy so far with Specker then.
Yeah, he slotted in nicely. I'm not sure what to say about the rest of the Fnatic lineup.
So
though.
Specker and Magnet, big ticks. Aces maybe need to be gunning for one of the other guys' positions. Let's not jump too deep into it. It's Aviator Games for Oddity's second defense. As you mentioned before, not going to hammer away at something that doesn't work.
Yep.
Mix it up.
Mix it up. Immediately change.
I'm actually really impressed with the Fnatic we're looking at so far. Just very thorough. Watching their flanks, going for the push, ready for refrags, ready to be quick, be responsive.
You know, we always talk about how on attack you are playing, you know, as a team and you have to work together, right? I was a bit worried, are they going to be able to do that with Specker? But it seems like it worked perfectly fine, a well-oiled machine.
He's definitely fitting in. I think. Whoa, Todd! What?
What?
3K for Todd. Refrag, but it doesn't even matter. Fnatic are in shambles.
Oddity. Wow.
Oh, that's the round. Like
that is the round, isn't it?
That's.
Oh, wait. Magnet's still alive.
Magnet's still alive, and he's been doing most of the heavy lifting. But without that team environment to make it work, surely this is a struggle. Oddity have to consolidate now. You don't want to give it away. You're in such an advantageous position. Don't give Fnatic anything.
Well, looks like the plan is for Rizraz as well to drone Magnet in, as we heard that drone go past. Unless, of course, it was the Mozzie drone. But they've managed to gain control of Astronomy.
And there's a lot of time. That's one thing for them.
Yeah, okay. Let's look on the bright side. There's
2
a lot of
minutes.
time. Magnet's still alive.
I like to be an optimist.
There's
Magnet's alive.
There's only 4 opponents.
Rizraz has a kill.
Rizraz has a kill.
Covering the flanks. The big thing here is we're missing drones. If there are only 2 players up, let's say these guys have a drone maybe taken out already. Throwing out a drone to drone out ahead of them means that that's 1 less drone to watch their flanks.
And you can normally only rely on 1 kill per drone, right? Like, you'd assume a drone's going to get taken out when you discover the position of someone.
Exactly. Pushing forward now. Not sure if even a refrag is possible. Removing some of this utility from Oddity one piece by piece. They're looking for picks. That's what they need right now. And Oddity are playing smart, not giving it to them. You don't need a contest. Don't give them a thing.
This has been a real slow burner of a round after an explosive start. That's kind of what you expect. Magnet?
Low HP for Mag, and God Legion's going to capitalize. Riz can find 1 more, but he's trapped in a corner, stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Oh, nice shot.
Don't give him any more, Oddity, because he'll take every single inch that you give to him. Another player in Vault, ready, keenly waiting on his position. 1 shot from either of these weapons is the game, or the round rather, for Oddity, so they're playing passive. Rizraz desperate to find this. He knows he has to make this 2 1v1s. Pre-firing gives away his position. And Vast gives Todd a bit of a pat on the back and says, yeah, thanks for the free round, brother.
Yeah, a round that was forged purely by Todd. The triple run out. Oh, you can see him crouching around the corner there. It's very nice. I might have to take that one, I reckon.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've been spawn peeked from that specific spot before. I've been spawn peeked a lot from that spawn. Never there. And I expect to see it a lot more. Thanks, Todd.
Thanks, Todd.
Looking forward to it.
All right. So 4-4. Oddity making this nice and competitive.
Dealing as much as they're taking. We are seeing a good Fnatic. You know, not necessarily the best Fnatic, but
We're seeing a magnet Fnatic.
we are seeing a good Magnet, right? We are seeing a good Fnatic, though. I mean, credit to the whole team, right? Yes, Magnet's getting the kills, but they are playing like a team. They are covering their flanks. They're playing more thoroughly than Oddity are. My God, 15-4. 15-6, rather. 15-6.
Yep.
That is, hey, they're doing well, all right? Hopefully, we see, I don't know. It's difficult to call what is going wrong for Fnatic, because you can't say it's, oh, the rest of the team need to wake up, because that's not really how it works.
I think it's more of the rest of the team is enabling Magnet to get all those kills, right?
Which is kind of ironic, because
He's
hard
support.
support. But hey, he got an exit frag or two, I think, in that last round, so buffering the KD a bit. Oddity, though, did step up a little bit. You can't count on a play like Todd made last round to win you games.
Oh, no.
That wins you a round, right? And a round can win you the game, but not every single time. You need to step it up here.
You got to win 6 other rounds as well as that one that you're going to rely on.
That's right. So playing smart, playing safe, playing aggressive as needed is the name here for Oddity.
Well,
Feeling a bit more comfy on their defense, though.
Fnatic really want to force their way into office here.
Oddity are ready for it. Legion has hole prepared. If someone does enter, he spots someone. Goes for the wallbang, takes a lot of damage for his trouble. No doubt that's going to be a peak, but Rizraz goes down, just not on his shots today. God Legion's taken very low for his trouble, though.
The rest of Fnatic is not there backing him up yet either. Was that Rizraz's own decision to go aggressive, or was it...
I wonder. Someone needs to take the plunge. But Rizraz maybe not on the ball today. Not landing his shots. No one from Fnatic ready for a refrag. So they'll slowly but surely take control of the north side. Already smartly pulling back. A little bit more like what we saw from Fnatic. Go downstairs. Play safe. Play away so that you're difficult to take out. There's no way you can drone out the whole of this map. Oddity have banned Jackal. Makes sure that you can't contain every roamer.
Yep.
Now Fnatic, as they have control of the south side, they'll shift their attention to the master bedroom.
Is Todd planning another run out there? I think I saw him running into the master bedroom closet. Lusty's nearby, of course. Yeah, there we go.
This window hasn't been too hit, though, so we can't just quickly jump out of it. Lusty's expecting the aggression. And nearing the objective, Specker does make an opening for his team. The Maestro off the board. We've seen how much damage the Older can do in this game, thanks Mag. So it's nice and slow for Fnatic.
All right, here comes the hits from Todd. I don't think that someone got it. Yep, there we go.
He's going to get droned, though.
Here comes the drone. Here comes the drone.
I think they spotted him. They know he's there. Lusty's ready for this. He's just watching. He may well jump in here. He's a bit worried, though. He's the only hard breach that his team has. He doesn't want to get taken out. Todd desperate for this frag. Spots out the player. Goes for the jump out. Lusty's expecting this, but that doesn't matter. Oddity strike back, and it's just Specker remaining. You can't prove your worth when you're in a situation like that.
Oddity just completely landslide Fnatic in those final 10 seconds. Kills raining left, right, center. Dev, that was a wonder to behold there from Oddity.
What's going on with Rizraz? You know, some of these players from Fnatic, Rizraz, Virtue, who we know are the top fraggers, big names, big aimers on Fnatic, they're not winning their engagements.
What can you say, Dev? They're just not hitting their shots.
Yeah, but why? That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
why aren't they?
I was going to say, like, you know, we always say that's kind of lazy analysis, Dakota, but why aren't they hitting their shots? I think I want to bring this back to what you bring up before. Like, Fnatic, when they play in ANZ, it's almost as if they play differently to what they do internationally, where they don't, you know, play full speed 100%. And that can be really detrimental to them.
And it's not like, oh, hiding strats, because if you're hiding strats, it doesn't affect your ability to win a gunfight. A straight up, heads up, nothing else going on, irrespective of everything else, a gunfight. Lusty knew that Todd was going to jump out that window. He has a good gun. He has an ACOG. He should win that fight.
Oh, yeah.
And Todd won it. Todd won it. So it's Oddity's turn to be up in the lead. 2 rounds away from the map. Now, we're expecting a pretty tight one here. We're expecting a nice long 3-mapper that'll keep us here well into the evening in Melbourne. It's almost 6 p.m. and we're just getting started.
Just getting started. We're warming up. Cooking fire. We're going to see some more aggressive plays. No, Todd on the Valkyrie's going to fall back.
It's like a far field roam. Mostly in this, you know, it's very similar actually, what Oddity are doing to what Fnatic were doing on their defense. Instigate some kind of pressure upstairs. Keep stat and trophy company. As soon as the pressure gets too hot, you can get out of there. Castle barricades are really helping. It's not something we saw from Fnatic, but Oddity are definitely making it work. In combination with the Mozzie pests as well.
You know, I think Castle used in conjunction with Mozzie, I kind of understand, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but Virtue's taking a lot of damage. He's going to fire out the astronomy stairs. Oh, there was an explosion from below, but he's managed to survive that.
Surely this is where we see Oddity completely default back. They've wasted a minute. They've given them a scare, and they get back down. They're going to get some information gathering as well. Vinny, lucky to be alive. Now, Oddity have to worry about these holes to the floor as Fnatic begin to collapse. This is so similar to how Fnatic held this.
Yep.
The question is, will Fnatic be better at holding their flanks than Oddity were? And I think the answer is going to be yes.
Well, God Legion looks like he's going to be starting just that, Dev.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Moving up with the castle. I don't think anyone's watching him right now, though, Dev.
Looks to be a nice clean sweep then for God. Specker is just droning, so there's no one on flank watch right now.
They are protected by that one barricade, but I don't think by the other, and they've got Vast in support as well. We heard that air jab get taken out as well.
Still, God Legion does have to deal with this castle barricade. He has an impact, and he probably needs some teammates here to make this happen. Vast isn't joining him just yet. There are 3 roamers right now for Oddity, and only one of them is poised for this top floor flank. A lot of converse angles being opened up by Oddity, so that if Fnatic do try to push in through that area, they will get crossfired upon. 40 seconds left, and Fnatic don't have a clear-cut push yet. There's players all over the shop. Surely no, Vast is another player in there. There's the trade from Magnet 2 for him. And suddenly Fnatic in the numbers advantage, but there's not much time left.
That was a misplay by Oddity, but they might be able to correct here. 25 seconds on the clock. We're going to see Lusty absolutely clap Vinny. Right there, Magnet to find his third, leaving it all up to Todd. 15 seconds, and they're going to have to get this plant down, but that's diffuser drop, but there's Rizraz from behind. And Fnatic right there, tipping ship.
Round for round for round here. Fnatic and Oddity.
Back and forth.
It is back and forth. And we're seeing great stuff from both of these teams. You can't call it until it's done.
15 seconds left.
Yeah, I must say that there was a bit of that misplay for Oddity just towards the end of that round.
It's difficult to, you know, when you're in the heat of the moment going for a flank, I wouldn't have expected anyone in that hard right corner either.
They made the play, right, off the information they had, and that's what you got to do. And sometimes the information is either slightly incorrect or you know, just straight up incorrect, and tough luck. But you needed to go with what you know, and they did, and it didn't work out.
5-5 breakaway point, as I like to call it. Who's
18.
heading to match point? Jeez. Magnets going ham here.
He had his weak bix this morning, didn't he?
He really did.
He's got more kills than the rest of his team combined, by 1.
By 1, is it? I didn't do the maths.
Yeah, I did the quick maths. I'm just going to hope that's correct.
Yeah, look, let's not show the scoreboard so that we'll just assume that you're correct. How about that? So, is this living? Is this living in lounge, is it? Or is this aviator? I can't tell right now. So, Oddity mixing up the bomb site, right? They didn't have much success here on stats, so they're going to go back to aviator games. They've won this one. They haven't lost it yet. In fact, they won this site after trying Kitchen and failing. Went back to Statue, went back to Kitchen. So it's time to go back to what they know they can do, what they know they can do well. They did win this on the back of Todd's 3K, though, so Oddity will have to start making this happen. Yeah,
it was this bomb site, wasn't it?
No
more big run out from Todd at all.
I mean, that's what you got to do, right? You you can't just
Do it
can't
every
try
round.
the same thing. No,
Yeah.
it's not worth the risk.
I just love how God Legion does this so much.
Yeah, except if Fnatic have watched his VODs and know to
It's
pre-fire it.
predictable, yeah.
It's very predictable. He's also getting into a bit of a pickle here because
Yes.
he's about to be looked at from behind. Specker, surely God is no longer watching that angle. Dude, you're just standing there on the ground. Surely he doesn't find this kill. There's one down, but can he confirm the kill? He does indeed. Gets on out of there. Todd to cover his back onto Specker. A great job, Fnatic. Too desperate for that refrag and not wary of Todd's presence.
You know, that one would have been one for the cameras. The vault over hit Fire Deagle, but no, Todd's there to clean it up instead. And Oddity have the man advantage here, 4-on-3.
Just waiting for this match point.
It's been a nice early exchange of blows, hasn't it, with Oddity coming out ahead.
And with Specker down, it's one of their key entry fraggers gone from Fnatic. Magnet, of course, is on the board, and he's the one who's been on fire. Sometimes it doesn't matter what role you're in. If you've got one player who's on fire, winning their gunfights, got good game sense, got their confidence on point, you get them on the front line. You tell them, frag out. So we're looking to Magnet.
I think Magnet performs best when he's playing on an operator that he feels comfortable with, and I'd say he's very comfortable on that
Attackers
Nomad,
have located a bomb.
which, you
If
know,
this game's anything to go by, then yeah.
Fnatic pilot skin on the Nomad as well.
Oh, I'm very looking forward to that. I can hear the comms from Oddity
Yeah,
right now.
They know exactly.
As soon as we be quiet, that player, Todd, downstairs, he knows exactly the player above him. He wants to destroy that Nomad charge, but he knows it's a big risk. He doesn't want to get taken out. Virtue is watching this flank so very keenly. We see the picture-in-picture. We see both players. Virtue goes for the peek. He's playing aggressive on this one. Todd's not flashed. Virtue doesn't know it. He's so keen to get this kill. Playing aggressively right into Todd's hands. Who's going to find this? Virtue on the flash. He's going to flash himself, but Todd keeps moving away.
This is round.
It's just Virtue left. He was so distracted with this flank watch that the rest of his team was collapsed upon.
Oddity take match point unless, yeah, look, he's completely given up.
Virtue is just waiting now. He's doing a Jack Dad, as I like to call it. He's not going to go for the kill. Just waiting. Frustrate Oddity even more. And we're looking at an Oddity match point. Fnatic off to a very strong start. But once again, Oddity steal ahead.
Cheer comes out when it's confirmed, but was there any doubt in anyone's mind here, Dev?
No, not at all. I mean, it all started, it was a slow progress, right? It started with a good kill from God Legion, which I thought he wasn't going to get because he was so distracted by his bullet hole.
He's like,
and then,
I need to hold this down.
But the big thing there is Todd refragging, or not refragging, but covering his back, right? As soon as God Legion gets the kill, in competitive, a huge part of the game is about refragging, about trading. It's that T in cost. Trading your teammate, right?
Yep.
As soon as your teammate dies, you go in, the enemy who killed them is probably reloading or low on the mag or not expecting you, you have the info on them, go for that immediate trade, that immediate refrag. That's what Specker was doing, chasing down God Legion. But Todd had read into that. He knows Fnatic are desperate for these refrags. I'm going to play in a position where I can bait that refrag out.
I think he was from Astronomy, and I think that's why God Legion felt so safe. He knew that there was going to be no one coming in from behind, or at least he expected so. I saw the silhouette there.
Yeah. It was a good round for Todd as well. Like even though he didn't kill Virtue on that flank watch, he distracted Virtue.
Yep.
He soaked up his entire attention span for the remainder of the round. And he kept Virtue scared. He didn't let Virtue get that kill.
And that's half the battle on defense, isn't it? You can win a round without shooting a single bullet if you can make those attackers run out of time. I don't think it's possible, though. Can you think of one round?
No.
Maybe knife everyone, C4 everyone.
Echo drone. Five people in one room, castled up, and then one echo drone just to the knife plan.
One echo drone.
I did that once in casual. It was great. Anyway, let's not talk about that. This is a big game.
Cool story.
Yeah, cool story, bro. Fnatic and Oddity, Oddity are on the defense. We looked at a 3-3 half. We said maybe this actually favors Oddity because they're the ones yet to go onto that defensive side where they should feel more comfortable. Fnatic have had some good attacks, though. Their flank watch has been really good. It hasn't let Oddity flank, but Oddity have started to read into that. They're pretending to flank, but not actually committing. This early roam game is doing well because Fnatic aren't quite there on the entry and their refrags. And they're not letting Fnatic's skill at flank watching matter because they're not actually committing to the flanks.
We have Todd and Vinny both roaming down in the lounge room. Now, remember, they are attacking Trophy here, Fnatic, which they've succeeded at twice. Oh, sorry, no, they've succeeded at dining twice, haven't they?
Yeah, so Stat once. Yeah, Kitchen twice and Trophy once.
Don't listen to me.
Oh, I love listening to you, mate. C4, nice idea from Vinny.
Opens up the hole through the floor. He doesn't want to kill someone. He wants to be able to shoot anyone that repels in at 90.
And we might see someone do that. Not quite sure from the angle. Virtue, meanwhile, droning downstairs. We saw how much Fnatic likes to play downstairs on their defense, and they're very wary of anyone down there. Vinny doesn't have a C4 anymore to deny plant, but God Legion does. 3 players downstairs. Wow. These teams play so similarly. It's crazy to see that the defense strategies on both of these teams very similar.
Minute 15 though, and we're all still healthy across the board here, Dev. No one's taken a single lick of damage.
Fnatic prepping to push in from this south landing.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has
Pushing
been
into the
dropped.
bullet hose of Vast, though. It's dangerous business.
It's a tight corridor, isn't it? As God Legion to open things up onto the Thorn in their side of Magnet. And look, they are hunting downstairs right now.
You can't hunt downstairs when you know you got to push upstairs. Oddity want you to chase them on their roamers. Lusty's starting to get in the game. Redland goes down, but Magnet is the man who's down for Fnatic. The rest of the team, this is your chance to step up here on match point.
They're in the bomb site. They're planting, and there's no one that can deny it here for Oddity. How has this slipped through the cracks here, Dev? Plant confirmed.
Now it'll be up to a retake for Oddity, and we're at even 3-3. Still possible, and Vast, that's going to help out. Vast and God Legion together. Specker needs to step up, and he's the last one left. Oddity taking down Fnatic on map number 1, back and forth the whole game. But we don't even need overtime because Oddity close it out 7-5.
That was close. That was a barn burner, and you can tell the crowd are appreciating that one. Blow for blow, very close, but in the end, we do have a victor on that map.
On that map, yeah, this isn't the series, but man, this feels big because I'm hoping we're going for 3 maps. I want to see the full distance